So, which is the good one again? Hello the internet! It's that time of year again, or it was about a month ago. I'm a bit late with this one. Where I have a birthday and I get gifts, because that's what everybody does. Now, tradition dictates that one gift is really good and the other gift is really bad. Usually bad games, or a good game and a bad game even. And more than once it's been a copy of IkiFoo. This time round, I'm not sure which is which, quite frankly. In fact, neither is Scott. When he handed me these, he said he was just curious as to whether these were any good or not. So, yeah, I gave him a go. And here is words along those lines. Now, you've probably heard of this one. It's the prequel to the new Metal Gear Solid game, even though it's got Metal Gear Solid 5 on the title, just to confuse you. And it is exactly as short as everybody says it is. It's about an hour and a half, and this is from someone who's played MGS 1 through 4, plus Peace Walker, plus Twin Snakes, that almost counts. But, yeah, the main story mission, about an hour and a half. I didn't speedrun it by any means, I dilly-dallied a little bit. That's the mind for dilly-dallying. I didn't know if you were aware. Now you are. Don't tell me you don't learn things from these. See this bit here that you can't actually see, and I'm not bringing this closer because the autofocus will just drown me out. It's very noisy. I don't know how people do that with their cameras. Maybe they have decent cameras. I don't know. I'm rambling. It's kind of late, actually. I should probably not be doing this. Anyway, deja vu missions. You know what that means? It's kind of like Snake Tales from Metal Gear Solid 2's Substance, the re-release, which is they reuse environments and give you very, very basic text to describe a new scenario. And that's kind of what happens here, but with one subtle difference. What you're doing here is wandering around trying to look for things that look like they occurred in MGS1. For example, there's a helicopter on a helipad. You look at it from the right angle and boom, it's the Hind D opening? Reveal. It's late, did I mention that? I think I did. Yeah, the Hind D reveal from Metal Gear Solid 1. So it recreates that and oh, boom, you've unlocked that one because reasons. There's another more interesting one where you play as Raiden, and you don't even get your sword in that one. In fact, they do an opening cutscene for this one, and he gets handed the sword and puts it to one side and picks up a gun instead. But two advantages to that. One, Raiden can run a hell of a lot faster than Super Duper Timey Wimey Snake, or whatever the fuck he's called this time round. He can run pretty damn fast. And it's based around Snatcher. You go into the base and detect people who are Snatchers, and therefore technically not people, and you take them out. And I held it together for most of it, but then they played a music cue from Snatcher, and I'm not going to lie to you, a little bit of Wii came out. I love Snatcher that much. So it looks great, it plays really good, it's different from any other Metal Gear game that you've played before, which is a distinct advantage, and it makes me think that Metal Gear Solid 5 is going to be good. You might want to rent this. Just, you can get everything done in a weekend, quite happily. But, like I say, I think Phantom Pain is going to be good, although I'll probably need a next-gen console for that one, as you can see. It's the PS3 version right there. So yeah, glad I got it. It's just perhaps it's probably in the good pile. It would be if my brother knew if this was any good or not, or indeed if I knew if this was any good or not. Quite frankly, because I played about half an hour of this. It didn't really grab me, but probably not enough to actually say I know what this game is like over and over. Did a bit of research though, and that whole American McGee Presents thing is apparently just absolute cock. Yeah, the real man involved is a man by the name of Enrique Alvarez, and that's all the research I did, quite frankly, and I have to hope that Wikipedia isn't lying to me. It's an off-the-cuff video. Research just does not go into that equation. I have to just concentrate and be able to put words together, which I'm failing at. It's kind of odd that it both starts you off on foot and contains some screenshots in the back that say, hey, you're walking on foot. That really doesn't happen all that much. It's a bit odd. There's nothing wandering about. It could have been taken out, essentially. That's what I'm trying to say. It could have just been removed. He could have just been wandering around, and when you go into shops, it's just a menu. That could have happened. It's not bad looking. Obviously, I have to tone it down to Xbox standards, but it's not that too. Why am I doing this so late? I cannot put a sentence together sometimes. Also, I think I'm running out of breath. If I just face plant on this, you'll know what's happened. Also, I'm making big noises when I'm trying to speak, and I don't speak that loud in the first place. The premise behind this is that you are a robot, and you land on an asteroid space station thing full of robots, where you get an explanation of how you can die and continue playing because you are a robot. Essentially, everybody gets backed up by this one group, and it doesn't actually make clear how you rebuild your body, but apparently that's the thing. Well, maybe I just wasn't paying attention. One good thing is the animations give the robots a lot of personality, so that's pretty neat. But I spent about 20 minutes of that half an hour trying to shoot down a cop. And I barely pulled it off. Might have even died. I'm not proud. So I'll have to try and come back to this one, because it just didn't grab me, that's all. So yeah, got two not exactly polarising titles, but we don't have a clear-cut verdict behind them. But what this did do is made me think, hey, I kind of love Metal Gear Solid. And I do own, I think, most of them, but I went ahead and bought this anyway. In fact, it's got, I believe, all the Metal Gear Solids, including Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2, plus HD Peace Walker, and MGS4, which I have, although the case is a little bit battered for it, which is why I'm not even going to bother showing you it. I shouldn't have brought it up, actually. Now, difference is that's Metal Gear Solid, and that's the Integral missions, or VR missions, depending on where you live. Just changed what it was called. Those are a download code, so they're technically not part of the whole disc thing. Don't know why they did it that way, and obviously second-hand copy, somebody's used the code already. No biggie, I've got the discs. So yeah, that'll give me 60 hours of joy at least. So I can't say nothing came out of this birthday. It was something to think about at least, and it inspired me to get lovely thing. Cheers, bro.